Hey guys, I want to talk about having a negative personality and all the ways that it's affected my life, and some things that I do to try to minimize how much it affects my life. Because having a negative personality, if you really dive into it and let it take over, it'll really mess up your life, because it leads itself to nihilism. When you have a negative personality, man, everything just seems pointless. Everything seems so meaningless, whether we live or whether we die. It just feels like nothing's really needed in this life. Nobody needs to live. Earth doesn't need to exist. Humans don't need to exist, because in the grand scheme of things, human life is just a blink of time in the whole grand scheme of the universe. So the main problem with having a negative personality for me is that whenever I try to do things that make me happy, or when there's events in my life where I should be happy, the happiness really isn't there. Or if it's there, it only lasts for maybe 10 minutes. Sometimes it can get like an hour's worth of happiness, where you have that real high feeling, and then it just goes away. Right now I'm riding motorcycles. You know, I love motorcycles. I've been riding for ever since I was 19. I'm in my mid-20s now, so I've been riding for a while. When I first started, I loved it. I could ride for like 4 hours straight, and I would be fine with it. And it would make me really happy. Like after going for a ride, I would just feel that high for like the entire rest of the day. I would just feel real good. I'd be in a good mood. However, now, well, I just don't get that happy anymore. I can't really ride that long anymore, because I just have these negative thoughts like, oh, what am I doing, man? Why am I going for this ride? I'm just wasting my time. I'm wasting gas money, and riding this motorcycle around this island's not really doing anything for me. What is it, making me money? Is it making me stronger? No, it's not. What it is just really a pastime, something to do for fun. The joy isn't really there like it used to. Another example of how having a negative personality really affected my life was just graduating from college. I worked really hard when I was in school. I had really good grades, and I think my GPA was around 3.9. And I took like a ton of classes per semester. I think I maxed out my credits because I wanted to get through school as quick as possible. So I put in a ton of work. Oh man, I was at the library almost every day, just grinding, doing papers, studying to get good grades. And then I graduated and got my bachelor's degree. And on the day of graduation, I could remember this empty feeling. Like I just felt so empty afterwards. Like I didn't feel a sense of real accomplishment. I just felt like, well, shit, this is over. Well, fucking school's over, and now I have to fucking get a job. I think I was working part-time when I did graduate, but I was like, oh shit, now I gotta face the real world. Now I gotta get a full-time job, try to get a place to live and take care of myself. But I should have been happy. I worked so hard to get that degree, to get good grades, but I wasn't really happy. I just felt so empty. It's like shit didn't even feel like it was worth it. When I landed the current job that I have, I wasn't really happy. I was just like, well, now that I have a way to make money, well, shit, I don't have time to do other shit no more. I don't have time to go skateboard. I don't have time to go experiment with cooking. I don't have time to go ride motorcycles or to fuck around anymore. So it's like, I shouldn't be thinking that way, because I worked so hard to to be where I'm at, but I don't appreciate none of it. It's just having that negative ass personality really fucks it up. But I noticed how much it's really affected my life, and it's kind of sent me into a deep depression many times. But the way I try to minimize the effects of my negative personality is to just focus on always doing better, always improving my situation, which means just taking a step forward every day, taking a step forward every time. So every day I gotta do something, whether it's going to work to make money and trying to learn something new, anything that's beneficial at work that's new. And I would count that, okay, I did my part that day. I took my step forward that day. If I don't go to work, I have a day off, well, what am I doing on my day off? I gotta do something. I can't just sit at home and sleep and watch YouTube videos all day. I gotta do something that's gonna improve my life. I love to do calisthenics. I've been trying to get a lot of body weight strength so I can do all those moves that I've always wanted to do. Watching people at the calisthenics parks doing stuff like handstand push-ups, one-arm pull-ups, stuff like that. Let's say I get injured, like maybe I hurt my wrist skateboarding and I can't work out. I'll just be at home and I'll pick something that I need to do, whether that's registering for some kind of course or just learning a new skill on a YouTube video at home. And then I would count that. Anything will count as a step as long as it improves my life. Like I said earlier, having a negative personality really leads to nihilism, where everything is meaningless. And at the end of the day, if everything is meaningless, then shit. Why would I keep going? Why should I keep going? I should just kill myself now. That's a horrible way to think about it, because this life is given to you. Unless you sold your life away to some kind of slave deal or something, and somebody owns you, this life is yours. And that's one of the most important things that anybody that's feeling like killing themselves should know, that this life is yours. If you're not tied down to anything, you can do whatever you want with this life. It's given to you. You can do whatever you want with it, and that does include taking it. You can take your own life. You can kill yourself. But if you have the ability, you can do whatever you want with your life. You might as well try your best to do something meaningful, whether that's something very small, like just saving money to go visit one of your close friends, or just going to eat at a restaurant you've seen on TV that you really wanted to go eat at. That could be your life goal. It doesn't have to be big, and that's what's going to drive you to keep going. I have a ton of these small little things that I want to do, and that's why I improve myself. I try to improve myself every day. That way I can complete these small goals and have some sort of a sense of fulfillment. Because unless you've tried everything, unless you're really at your end, where you're just so beaten up and battered that you can't see any hope left, then honestly, I don't blame you if you feel like taking your life. I don't blame you if you actually do take your life. Just know that this life is given to you, and you can decide whatever you want to do with it. So try to do something with it. Don't just waste it.